Hello there, this is Brian Ewald from Paul Reed Smith Guitars, and I am at End Stuff Music in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we're looking at a very cool guitar here. This finish is Orange Tiger. This is a custom 22 and is a 2017 custom 22 as noted by the serial number. It is a 10 top, beautiful 10 top. But there's some interesting things about this guitar. First of which, it is 5815 pickups are found in this particular model. And as of 2017, the 8515 are the standard pickups. The more modern flavored pickups, where these are the more vintage style pickups, these are actually my personal favorite, to each his own. But I love the 5815 pickups. So these no longer come with this, but even more so, it's a stop tail bridge with a new stop tail, adjustable stop tail bridge. This used to be an option. It is no longer going to be an option unless you get into the artist package and or private stock. So to get a stop tail custom 22, other than this particular guitar, and trying to find a new one around is going to be increasingly difficult. If you want a stop tail custom 22, you're looking at a lot more money by getting into artist package or private stock. So this particular guitar is a little bit more like a McCarty in that it's stop tail 5815s, but you have the custom 22 switching, you have the thinner body, the standard PRS thickness body, and not the thicker McCarty body, and you have the pattern thin neck that you would find on a custom 22. So it feels like a PRS custom 22, but it's got a little bit more of the McCarty vibe. Really cool kind of in between. If you like the custom guitars, but you want a little bit more of the vintage flavor, let's say you're not a trem player, I would jump on this one quick. So let's talk about some of the specs in the guitar. Adjustable stop tail piece, aluminum stop tail with brass saddles, the brass posts. Anywhere where the string touches metal, including on here, the plating has been removed, or it hasn't been plated. Where the tuners are plated, the plating is removed on the shafts. They use just bare brass. Paul believes that if he's using a metal for a tone, like brass for the tone, instead of putting plating on it, if the string is touching it, he wants it to touch that bare metal. He's been doing that now for the past 6 or 7 years, I'm thinking, at least. So you'll find that on all the core guitars. The switching is just like the custom 24, all the custom guitars with a 5-way blade switch. You get a bridge humbucker in first position, second position, bridge humbucker, but with the neck single in parallel. Here you get both pickups as full humbucker. Here we have both pickups as single coil, and here we have just the neck as a humbucker. So we'll go through and play some of those in just a second. You have the regular master volume, master tone with Paul's own pots that have a beautiful taper to them. Nice and even and ramp up very nicely. 22 fret neck, rosewood fingerboard, mahogany back, maple top, like all the customs. 25-inch scale, PRS Phase 3 locking tuners with the open back. You can see the gearing on there. There's no plastic or nylon parts anywhere in these tuners. If you haven't used a PRS locking tuner before, they're super easy to use. You just run the string through the hole in the shaft, and then you either hand tighten this little thing on top, or you can even put your pick in the little notch in the top and tighten it a little bit. Just tune it right up. That's all you need to do. They'll stay put. Part of Paul's tuning system is not just the locking tuner, but even the shape of the headstock. The fact that the headstock wings come in and there's a straight path across the nut to the tuners, and the string doesn't have to break at an angle, is also part of the reason why if you're using a trem or bending, the guitar is more likely to stay in tune than it would if there was a break angle after there. So the 5815 pickups that you find in here, 58 being the year of inspiration, 1958, obviously a vintage style pickup. 15 was the year they came out, as same as the 8515s, which are a nod to the year he opened his factory, 1985. 8515s you will find in this guitar from now on stock. You will also find them in the custom 24s. These 5815s, which come in more the vintage-inspired instruments, have a slightly lower output, still less mid-range, lower mid-range than you find in typical humbuckers, which again adds to a lot of clarity playing chords. You hear all the note definition beautifully. There's a beautiful top end of these pickups, but without ever getting harsh. They will be a slightly lower output than you hear on the Custom 24 video if you compare it, but they break up in a more vintage fashion. But let's go through and listen. We'll start off with the bridge pickup. Again, the bridge pickup clean is not normally, a bridge humbucker clean is not normally a sound I go for, but on these and on the 8515s, it's just a beautiful, beautiful sound. Very, very usable as is without any gain. It's, again, not a sound that I typically ever used on most guitars. I find myself on this all the time on these. If you're looking for some single coil flavors, position 2, we're getting the bridge as humbucker blended with the neck single coil. It's got a nice punch and kind of that spank to it. Here's the middle position. You have both as humbuckers. A little bit more that kind of hollow, blended humbucker kind of sound. Here we have both pickups as single coil. Really kind of spanky, and it's got that little kind of in-between kind of quack to it. It's cool. And then finally, just a beautiful sounding neck humbucker. Like I was saying with dense chords, like very easy to hear. The note definition all the way through, and the balance from string to string is very even. Also, if you notice, as I go up the neck, playing from like low, thicker strings, up to the higher strings, on thinner strings higher on the neck. How thick those notes sound. These aren't like 12 gauge strings or anything like that. They're just 10s. But the notes up high, and a lot of it is just in the guitar design, but also in the way the pickups react. There's this full, beautiful sound. The notes don't get thin and lose all the body that you typically get when you're up high on the neck. It's really a combination of the guitar construction and the pickups. A lot of great sounds on this. If you're looking for like a vintage sounding PRS, but you want the feel of the very modern double cut, thinner body, pattern thin neck, the Custom 22 with the stop tail is a tough guitar to find nowadays. I would get in right away to End Music and check this one out. Pick it up.